Back in the day, the dance club scene across the greater Houston area was for the most part dominated by clubs that played pretty much a wide array of hugely successful and wildly commercially popular artists for their time. And even if this mix of music was considered by most to be safe and tame, at least it was, if nothing else, dependable. And you could always rest assured that no matter what part of town you were in, you could walk into one of these clubs on any given night and pretty much hear the same thing. Until one day, almost as if out of nowhere, this thing popped up. They called it Club 6400, located at 6400 Richmond Avenue. It came out of nowhere and absolutely dominated this town for the next year and a half. The reason is because it introduced Houston to an entirely different genre of music, unlike anything it had ever heard before. Pulsating beats that were much harder and edgier and darker. And not only that, but the songs themselves, as well as the atmosphere of the club itself, was coming from a much darker place. And not only that, but it actually seemed to celebrate it. Its message for you being that if you felt like you were out of place for most of the day, most any other place you went, you now had a new home here. Sort of an earlier incarnation of shut up and just be the person that you already are. So what does this have to do with anything? Well, last night they had a reunion party on that exact same spot, 6400 Richmond. I went. It was unbelievable, and for 5 hours we were gods. I was met by a longtime lady friend of mine who I also had the good fortune of being able to work with for a couple of years as well. Now, for those of you who know me in real life, you can relax. My wife was fully well aware of everything that was going to happen last night, and she gave it her full and unconditional endorsement. She knew that nothing was going to happen that shouldn't, and it didn't. But what did happen was this. For 5 hours, they crushed it. The beats were amazing, the songs were incredible, and the way they mixed them up all together, it was just like back in the day. It really, quite frankly, felt like coming home. You know, on my other channel, I always talk about new rock artists and how amazing I think they are. And one of the reasons that I think that is because I think they help a lot of people to find their voice. Well, this is what helped me and my friends to find our voice back in the day. We lived those songs. We loved them, and we loved them then, and we still love them now, and they still crush it. And that's why I picked this song, because of all the ones out there, this was one of the most popular ones. It always packed the floor back then. It still does. One last thing about the lady I was with last night. She, as well as I do, she has a family of her own, a husband who adores her, and a loving, cute little boy who, by as much as I can gather, absolutely worships the ground that she walks on. So for that special person, and you know who you are, you looked amazing back in the day, and you were absolutely gorgeous last night. I crush for you, I admire you, and I am so proud of the wonderful person that you already are. And you have a very special place in my heart. As for everybody else, I want to thank you for watching. This has been your good friend Steve, 6400. Long may it live. I'll see everybody again soon. Steve out.